Hookham. He's the Secretary General for the Global Shippers Forum and joins us from Royal Tunbridge World in the UK. Thank you so much for your time this Sunday. Of course, there has to be a huge impact that we're seeing right now on the shipping industry. What are some of those effects that we're seeing at the moment?
Well, the biggest impact will be that many businesses, many importers in Europe, and of course in Turkey, will be expecting goods to have arrived by now. These will be basic foodstuffs through to fuels and raw materials and components for businesses, as well as consumer goods that will have been ordered for shops and online websites. So this is going to have a significant impact on everyday life, because this is a lot of materials, a lot of goods, a lot of people's purchases are on that vessel, and of course on the vessels that have been caught up in the blockage and are waiting in the queue.
Yeah, James, one of the issues, it's not just consumer goods, but oil specifically when we look at that issue, and especially to countries like Syria, Yemen, Lebanon. These countries are all going to be affected, and we're already getting reports that they may have to ration fuel, oil rather, in the coming days. How is this going to play out in those countries that are already suffering economically?
Well, indeed, and this is the problem because, of course, when the canal is reopened, which we hope it will be very shortly, the canal authorities will have to decide the sequencing of which direction vessels will move. There is fuels and raw materials heading south into the Gulf of Suez, as you say, particularly oil and fuel for those Middle Eastern countries, as well as, of course, the consumer goods that I've mentioned coming north for the Mediterranean coast and, of course, for Northwest Europe. At the moment, the members of the Global Shippers Forum, the cargo owners who I speak for, are simply waiting for more information from the shipping lines as to when the vessels will arrive. Now, we accept that that is impossible to say at the moment, but I think there are three questions that importers will be asking at the moment, apart from obviously how long this will go on for. But over the weekend, some shipping lines have diverted their vessels to reach Europe via the Cape of Good Hope. So they're going south around Africa and coming up the Atlantic Ocean. The big question for Mediterranean importers will be, will those vessels still call at Mediterranean ports? Normally, they call at Mediterranean ports on their way to Rotterdam and Northwest Europe. It will be another big diversion for them were they to come into the Mediterranean on their way to Northwest Europe. And of course, once the canal is cleared, the other thing that we will need to know as soon as we can is when can we expect the delayed vessels to actually arrive? Because delays on the vessels at sea is one thing, but when all these vessels arrive at their port, they will arrive in a big lump, in a big clump together, and that could very well overwhelm the port facilities, even in Rotterdam, never mind some of the smaller ports in the Mediterranean and on the Atlantic coast. So this is going to go on for some time yet. And what we need is a reliable way in which importers, the people that own the cargo on the vessels, can stay up to date with the situation as it develops. And the Global Shippers Forum is hoping to launch that next week.
Yeah, there's still so many unknowns, James, in this ongoing situation, and I'm sure everyone's hoping that we'll return to some sort of normal level very soon. Really appreciate your insight, James Hookham, live to us there from the UK.